How's everybody doing today? Yeah, me, I was having a good day. I still am. I'm still appreciating this beautiful, look how beautiful it is. It's so beautiful. But there's things I don't understand. Things I really don't understand when it comes to the things I've done with my life. None of my family members comment on it. They never supported me when I was raising my kids. They had my sons in hockey for 3 years. Once in a blue moon they came to support. And I gave it my best shot. I really did. I put my heart and soul into my kids. And I would do it again if I had to. That's how much I love my children. They're not children anymore, they're adults, except for Junior. He's 17. None of them are adults. By law they are. According to the government they are, but they're not. They're not mature mentally, spiritually. I don't want to give details into my children's personal life, but it seems like the more love I try to give to them, the more they push me away. That breaks my heart, because I never thought it would end up like this. I thought that they would I thought that we would be tight. I thought that we'll build businesses together. We would build an empire or something. Something good for the world. But no, none of that. That was my vision. That was my vision. I truly gave it my best effort. Put my heart and soul, and I did it as a single dad. I'm not looking for validation. I'm not looking for people to clap their hands. Oh, good job, pat. But I deserve a little respect, a little bit. For the I sacrificed my life, and I remember telling that to my sons when we were at the doctor's clinic. I was like, I'll sacrifice my entire 30s for you guys, the decade of my 30s. And I did. And I did not expect this at all. My kids were loving when they were kids. They were loving. They would hug me. Every day they'll tell me, every single day, they would say, "Dad, I love you." Give me a hug every day before school, when I go to work. Every day it was like that. And then I allow certain family members, I don't want to name any names, but brought some negativity into my home. Once I made that decision, because out of personal choice, I out of guilt, I guess you could say, and I still am hurt with a lot of my past traumas. But after I did that, Jonah really started to resent me, and then me and him got really distant, arguing a lot. And he 14 years old, takes off. I call the police, and the same thing happened with my daughter, 14 years old. There's nothing we can do. Nothing we can do about it. There's nothing. It's by law, at 12 years old or 14, whatever, they're allowed to make their own decisions on where they want to live. And even if it's a trap house, even if it's a house full of gangsters and fucking meth and all that shit, right? Like, I put my daughter in a P-CHAD. She hates my guts to this day. My daughter cannot stand me. My daughter cannot. I told social services that too. I'm like, she's gonna hate my guts. I want to sue. Honestly, I want to sue. I want to find a lawyer or something. Like, there's got to be justice here. This family got torn apart because of stupid laws, dumb laws, and I'm healing right now. I punished myself for a lot of years because I failed I kept saying to myself, I failed my kids, I failed my kids, I failed them. I did not fail them. I gave them my best, I gave them my best shot. I gave them my heart and my soul. And that's not failure. That's not failure. That's a father doing the best he could up against a fucking society that is rigged for families like me to crash and burn. But I believe in Heavenly Father's will, that He has a plan, and I really do. That's the only reason why I'm sitting here sober, talking to you guys, to people. Hopefully this reaches people that really need to hear it. I need to get it off my chest. I contacted my daughter today, and it just, wow, unbelievable. Like, do I really permanently can't have a relationship with my kids? Is that it? Because I have a lot to offer. I just need time to heal. I need time to develop a new start. I'm pursuing a new career, and I need time. Just give me time. Just give me. If you're gonna, how do you say? Not believe in me now. What makes you think that I'm not gonna that I'm gonna help or believe in you, or whatever happens in the future? Because I'm not gonna stop. I'm relentless. I'm a diligent person. I work and work. When I see something that's worth fighting for, I'm not gonna stop. As long as I have good health and God says go, I'm gonna do it. Just like with my kids, I got custody of my kids. God said go, raise them. And I did, and I did not stop. Like, I look back now, I'm like, I did all that by myself. Having 2 sons in hockey. And my daughter, the battle that I was battling with my daughter while I was raising my sons, and I look back, I'm like, wow, Scott, man, how? It's God's will. That's what it is. Justice. I call for justice. I call for justice for all the families out there that are being torn apart for no good reason at all. And whose kids are totally disrespecting the parents out there. Just no appreciation. My dad, I don't like to compare, but I have to. It's my dad did not say I love you until we were drunk in a bar. I never heard him say I love you, Scott. There was no hugs. And that's how it was for me. And I grew up in foster homes and group homes, neglection, racism, because of being an indigenous, and I was like, you know what? I want kids. I remember being 7, 8 years old. I want kids. You know why? Because I want a family to love. I want, kids to say I love you to, and to, for us to be together. And I remember, in the neighborhood I was living in with my dad, I'd look inside windows at the apartments, right? I'd see families eating together. In my apartment, I didn't even want to bring friends to my apartment. No food, no power. We're sleeping on piles of clothes. It was awful. And I gave everything to my kids. I gave them everything I dreamed that I wish I had. And in the end, it seems, not in the end, but I'm hoping it's not the end. But if it is the end, then that is what it is for this lifetime, right? But I gave them everything. More and more. I spoiled them, and now I'm this evil human being, and I'm sick and tired of that label, and I'm sick and tired of people smearing my name, saying Scott is this, Scott's a meth head, Scott's a gambler, Scott's this, Scott's. You know what? Have your opinion. I'm a true believer in actions speak louder than words. Yeah, I'm not perfect. I have really dark days, but I don't go whining to people about it. I don't go bugging people. I just, I'm like with God, and I have my own ways of dealing with things, and it will continue as life goes on, and it's not going to go away. It's a part of life, the shadow side, they call it. And it's the truth. And I love to show the bright. I like to make people smile. I like to uplift the energy, There's enough darkness. We could you know, like there's enough of that, where there's enough suffering, enough of that shit in the world, kids being murdered, you know, wars going on, and all that darkness. Who cares? Let's focus on what's going on right now, and let's smile. Let's bring God's will into this, instead of always, you know, let's tear this person's life apart. I don't like them smiling. What the frick are they smiling on the camera for? Sick people in the mind, you know. It's just, I pray for them, you know. I hope God could somehow, or maybe me, I don't know, maybe me, people like me that are out there, because there's lots of people that are making content that are trying to uplift people. Hopefully that could help. But a narcissist, I don't know. Narcissists are, I don't know if they're reversible. They're stubborn, and there's no speaking to them. You can't, there's no convincing them. There's nothing you can do that'll make a narcissist, you know, change that negative outlook, you know. But I'm just bothered right now because, you know, like, I love my children with all my heart and unconditionally, and just they don't, wow, just wow. That's something that I thought unconditional love you know, I know it exists because I have it for my children. I know, it just it's, I can't figure that out. My parents, you know, they, you know, whatever that's it, they're narcissists, and you can't, I don't know if that trait's like genetic. Why can't I be a narcissist? Why can't I just say, I don't give a fuck, you know? Like, why can't I? But I can. I do give a fuck. And sometimes I think I give a fuck too much for my own good. That's why I started making boundaries. Like, nobody knows my address, and I don't want people to know me. I don't want, especially family members. That's basically the reason why it was my family members. I don't want them knowing where I live, because I just had some really negative experiences in the past, and I don't plan to live in Edmonton forever, and I don't want to explain all my plans either. I'm not going to tell too much, but this city, it's been hell. You know, it's been hell. My relationships with women, all failures, all of them. Heartbreak, you know. I just want a wife to love, you know, like to trust and to love one another, and to, you see these houses here? Look at this. Look at this neighborhood. It's a beautiful neighborhood. I'm 40 years old, and I thought by now I would have that family. But wow, I took a left turn the wrong way. And I'm a true believer in taking responsibility for your actions. And I was very young trying to make that family. I didn't even know my kid's mom. I didn't even know her from, you know, I didn't know her at all. She said the one word, or not the one word, the words, I love you. And I was like, oh, somebody actually loves me. Idiot. But yeah, we had kids. That was a nightmare. That whole relationship was a nightmare, and I won't go into details. It was a nightmare. That's how it sums it up. Nightmare. Nightmarish, and I kind of still am experiencing that through my kids. I hate to say that because I love them, but the disrespect is just, you gotta draw the line. You gotta draw the line, people. Parents. I'm speaking to parents. Yeah, they teach us, you know, sometimes it's just not meant to be, I guess. I just had to get that off my chest. I feel a little better now. It's just, what's that saying? What's in the dark will come to the light. And all this, if it's witchcraft, if it's whatever the fuck it is, black medicine or Indian medicine or whatever you want to call that, it's going to come to the light. It's not going to be good for those people. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart, and stay blessed, stay safe, keep healing, if you're in a healing journey, I think we all are on a healing journey, all of us. Keep healing, and let's bring the golden age. Even I was telling my navigator guy who's helping me move, I was saying natives, we got to stop looking at res to res to res. We got to take those boundaries off and start recognizing that we're one. We're all one. We got to unite. It's not going to happen in our lifetime, but it's our responsibility to plant those seeds for our kids, our grandchildren. Those boundaries were man-made. Natives didn't make that. You know, we're supposed to. Yes, natives were fighting each other before the whites came here, but this is not a race thing. I'm just talking about people in general. We got to stop with the. You're over here. You're over here. You have a braid. Those guys with the braids go over there. Those guys with the short hair go over here. Fuck all that. We're human. And to bring the golden age, we got to recognize that. We're unique, each of us. But in a golden age, we are one. That's a whole nother topic. Now I'm going off on a tangent. Yeah, I love you guys. And God bless you. Hi.